Hello and welcome. Now this is kind of an odd game for me to make a video on really. It is Ducktales Remastered, you know, the kind of reimagining of the so-called NES classic. I say so-called, the only reason I'm saying that is because the NES wasn't anywhere near as big in the UK as it was kind of in America, and I guess probably as it was as the Famicom in Japan. So yeah, here we are kind of jumping around in Scrooge McDuck's gold reserve. So yeah, the story is supposed to be that them dudes came along, and can't remember what the actual name of them dudes is, but they came along and stole his money. What they called? They're called like the heebie-jeebies or some shit. Beagle Boys, is it? Whatever, they stole his money. And so yeah, you're out to kind of try and get Scrooge McDuck's fortune back. I'm going to be blunt and say that I wasn't impressed with this game. I have played it quite a bit before, probably 2 or 3 hours, and I just thought, if this is what the kind of original Ducktales game was like on the NES, I wouldn't really regard that game as a classic, and I've heard mixed things about this game really. Some people say it's like really good and they're really impressed. Other people have moaned about the amount of kind of voice acting and cutscenes there is, which is like, yeah, because I want to fucking skip this bullshit right now. And it won't let me. Or does it? Ah, we can skip the cinematic, there we go, but it does kind of add to a kind of pause in gameplay, especially when you have to skip it another one like 2 seconds later. So yeah, controls, we can jump and we can pogo to pogo, we jump and then with the X button and then press the square button. So yeah, the levels to me feel kind of a bit barren, to be honest, and obviously the idea is to go through the game and there's just jewels and stuff in random fucking places you won't know unless you kind of just touch them, which I think is kind of annoying really, because it means that you just end up having to bounce around the screen like randomly, kind of trying to cover all the possible little nooks and crannies where there may be some jewels. And here we've been, well, we were briefly put into kind of an invincible mode, and then we go schizo with the pogo, find some more random jewels. Visually I think the game looks okay. I would have preferred to just, well, I say I would have preferred as if I kind of played the NES version, but I do think it would actually look better if it was fully 2D, because the sprites do, the actual character sprites do look pretty close to the what you'd expect the cartoon to look like in HD, but the backgrounds just feel a bit barren and lacking. There's not too much detail in the backgrounds, in my opinion.
It was a beagle boy in disguise.
Trying to beat me to my treasure, no doubt. But it'll take more than just an old bed sheet and flour dust.
Skip all the bloody cinematic. What I don't like about this game as well, if you look in the background, there's these giant seats. And I don't remember in Ducktales, in Duck World, which was actually a place because it was in the theme song, I don't actually remember the kind of Ducktales massive being fucking the borrowers. So I don't understand why everything is so big in the background. It fucking... don't know. Maybe they had like some artistic differences when they were developing this game. And you look in the options as well, and for me it would be nice to have a kind of some sort of 8-bit filter, even if it's just a filter and not actual kind of redesigned sprites or anything like that. Would have been a cool addition. And another thing is, I don't think the generally classic games tend to at least offer some sort of kind of difficulty or length or cool story. This game, it doesn't have any length, story is irrelevant, and it's not very challenging. I don't know whether that's kind of true of the NES original, because like I said, I've never played it, but this game doesn't offer a challenge. And usually, I mean, 16-bit platformers are a challenge, but 8-bit platform games are basically fucking nails. So yeah, it just seems kind of odd to me. We've got like some annoying pseudo rock music going on as well, which doesn't really fit the game. Bit bland and generic. And bounce through there. So yeah, the level design for me just seems really uninspired. I much more enjoy playing Tailspin on the Mega Drive than I do playing this game on the PS3. I actually kind of want to die, so I can go back and select a different level, but the game's just that easy. May have spoken too soon, but the game's just that easy. It takes so much to die. Fuck it, here we go. I was practically trying to die then and failing. So yeah, it doesn't do anything for me, this game. The best thing about this game actually is listening to the kind of rendition of kind of video game rendition of the Ducktales theme tune on the title screen, which unfortunately I didn't show at the start of this video. But yeah, that's pretty much the best part of this game, to be honest. Although for me, the intro screen is actually the best part of Street Fighter 2, and that says a lot because the game is fucking awesome as well. Just love that kind of intro music. Yeah, so we've ended up at the start again. Tell you what, we're going to exit the level and have a look at one more level. I don't really want to go into too much depth with this game because, like I say, there isn't too much depth with it or challenge. As you collect more money and finish the levels, obviously the stockpile of gold goes up in the vault there.
The hunt for the lost crown of Genghis Khan.
Oh, fucking skip cinematic constantly. And I'm guessing there'll be another cinematic as soon as the level loads. Yeah, there we go, and I'm guessing we'll move a little bit and then there'll be another cinematic. We can try and I don't really remember this level too well, to be honest. I've completed it, so yeah, I completed every level. I at least unlocked every level anyway. I would quite happily listen to the Ducktales theme constantly whilst I play this game instead of any of the in-game music. Ducktales intro is awesome. Music in this game that isn't Ducktales intro music is not awesome. Simple. Yeah, skip that fucking shit. Should have skipped that. I was fucking slacking right there. This fucking level's just annoying. What the fuck, homie? Fuck! Fuck, you cunts! Don't like that level. Don't like this level. It sucks balls. Super monkey balls. And there's a spider! And the spider doesn't really fit in against the backdrop. It kind of looks out of place. Hey, come on, how was I supposed to know that's a fucking deadly drop there? Dickhead game designers. Learn how to design fucking games. Fucking blind jumps into the abyss. Dickheads. Yeah, do them blocks. Yeah. All I want is titties. Titties to suck on and stick my dick between to the left facial session mash. Now I have to use the pogo to jump over the obstacles. Blah blah blah. Jump in, jump in, jump in. That's what we do in platform games. Platform games should be called jumping games. This is a real jump simulator. And yeah, it's pretty freaking easy to just run through the levels. And yeah. I've only done 12 minutes or so of playing this game and kind of just struggling to think of things to say. So I think I'm going to end the game. I think anybody who thinks this game is actually good is obviously very nostalgic about the original NES game. Unfortunately my NES game collection is pretty small. So obviously I don't have this game. I imagine this game probably costs like 40-50 quid on the NES, to be honest. But yeah, I would like to play that. Maybe I could emulate it or some shit. Just to see how it kind of resembles or even differs this remaster. Because I don't quite get what the fuss is about, to be honest. It doesn't really impress me.